My talk's going to be less about technology. It's going to be more about politics. That's what I talk about. Taking off from where Dr. Maxfield left off, there is something called externality. It says if the industry does not treat the water, who pays for it? We pay for it. There is a draft report of the United Nations Environment Programme and a private consulting firm called Trucost, which is currently in its draft form, which is estimated that $2.2 trillion, $1 billion has 9 zeros and $1 trillion has 12 zeros behind one. $2.2 trillion is the externality that 3,000 of the world's richest corporations pass on to us. So it's a question as to who makes wealth. Do corporations make wealth, or do we help them make wealth for themselves? I'm a resident of Tamil Nadu, and I've been working in a few industrial toxic hotspots, places like Mettur and Kadalur. Now, the water levels in Mettur Dam, most of you who are residents of Tamil Nadu will know that the water levels in the Mettur Dam is a barometer for tension between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Every year for the last 40 years, we have engaged in this gory ritual of killing each other every time the water level goes down. But once this water enters Tamil Nadu, at Mettur, there is an industrial cluster. There is a company called Chemplast, which manufactures a variety of hydrocarbons, chlorinated organic chemicals. It's a company from Madras. And this company discharges its polluted water, untreated, into the river Kaveri. It was doing it legally until about 2 years ago. Now it does it illegally. There's another company called Malco, which is owned by a British multinational company called Vedanta. But their connection with spirituality stops in the name. They have dumped thousands of tons of toxic red mud, which is a byproduct of the aluminum smelting industry, refining industry, on the banks of the Stanley Reservoir. Mettur is a place that is known for agriculture. Groundwater is the main source of water. And the groundwater and subsurface water, spring water, is the main source of water. The wells in Mettur are usually brimming with water, but the water can't be used because the water is polluted. It's been more than 40 years, and we have scientists and engineers who made a career out of visiting there, testing the water, and saying things are inconclusive, or if it's conclusive, then more tests are required to make it more conclusive. The problem over here, as Dr. Maxfield said, is not a lack of technology, it is a lack of democracy. The people in Mettur cannot protest because their MLA is our agriculture minister, Mr. Veerapandian, and they also have from Salem, and Mr. G.K. Mani from BMK, two different parties. But both of them presided in receiving Chemplast's sustainability report at a time when this company was discharging its waste into the river Kaveri. So there's no hopes from people's representatives there. The district collector refuses to respond to any of the complaints or requests of the people. The police refuse to register FIRs when the company is being found to be illegally discharging tanker loads of effluents into the river. The courts, the less said the better. The media, we have the Hindu, who's got family connections with Chemplast, so they will not publish stories about Chemplast. What do people do? This is not a crisis of technology. And I'm sorry to, put it in such raw words. What's happening in Mettur for water? Chemplast and Malco have glorious corporate social responsibility programs where they take water from Stanley Reservoir, my water, and give it back to me and call that corporate social responsibility. But in this perverted act, they also control people's dissent. You protest, your water will be cut off. This is the reality. There's a panchayat called PN Patti in Mettur, and this panchayat used to be groundwater rich. People did not require the panchayat to give them water. They required nobody but their own hands to pull out the water from their wells. Now that independence is lost, they have to depend on PN Patti. PN Patti is a small panchayat. It does not have much water, and most of its revenue is going towards getting water, buying water. They've been asking the companies to pay for the water, not as corporate social responsibility, but as a polluter pays right.